can then, or should, but they don't.
But that's their problem.
I agree.
Okay then, so I'm not going to feel sorry for you. Sarah Huckabee Sanders looked up to him. I told you I don't like that. So if you want to go do something else and somewhere else, do it. Don't do it in a place like this, and I've told you this 50 times.
So there's been this conflation of that men are women and women are men. There's no difference. Men and women are not equal. Why? Because equal means the same. We're not the same. You have this magical, amazing ability to have children and give birth. And you're giving it all up to do what? Make a couple extra bucks? And then here's the funniest thing is they say things like, I don't want no man telling me what to do. Listen, bitch, you don't want your husband telling you what to do, but you'll have a random boss telling you what to do? So it doesn't make any sense to me. So that is the problem with women. This is hoflation. That is who men are choosing to marry. That's a wife. That's who you're going to choose to have. Hey, Mom, I want you to introduce you to my new girlfriend, Riley Reid. Unbelievable. So who's the one that we talked about? You had sex with 100 guys?
It's like your chance to vent because you're done. Okay, so we got it. We understand.
What does that mean? I'm done.
Yeah, like I'm good. You've been speaking plenty of time. We'll move on. So,
but you do notice what's happening in society.
Adam, I got your point. You're in this life, so the only people you're ever with is with nightlife.
No, Pat, you're absolutely wrong. I'll tell you why you're
absolutely wrong.
Yeah, I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Okay, so go ahead. Tell us what
because it's not I'm in this life. Yeah. Every man who's single is in this life.
Yeah.
I get that you're happily married. You have four kids.
That's not. No,
that's amazing. No, that is the point.
No, that's not.
Even the men that are married are in this position because they're miserable at home because they're scared of their wife and don't know how to deal with the hell when it comes out of their wife. I think there was a study released where men spend like an hour just go sit in the bathroom just to get away from their woman or their wife. That's crazy.
Not the point.
Of course, it's the point. The point is you don't know what it's like to be single out there and see half the girls you meet are doing OnlyFans.
Adam, where are you looking for these people?
I'm not even saying me.
No, but that's the point though. Where are you looking?
Don't worry about me. I'm good. No, I'm talking about the rest of men in society.
No, you're speaking from your perspective.
No,
you're speaking.
Who do you think has more credibility on this topic, me or you?
You're to being around hoes. You, yeah, I agree. You're around this. That's your market. So for you, when you how old are you right now, bro?
I'm 45.
45 years old. This is how you're speaking about this.
Yes.
So
because this is how they talk. So what's your criticism with me, sir?
This is what? Go ahead, tell me.
This is what's going out there in society at this point.
For who, though? In what?
For every man out there.
No, it's not true, though.
Yes, that is true.
That is not true, though.
Okay.
It's where,
what percentage of women did OnlyFans 20 years ago?
Do you know?
What percentage of women did?
It's not wrong, though, when he says every man and also every woman because everyone struggles with the same thing. Not all, but most, except the one that are truly seeking after what is right and working on themselves. Don't make because you're 45 as a man, you're going to go look for a woman. Don't do it. You're going to catch pure hell for it. It's better to live, what did the Bible say? It's better to live on a rooftop or in a house with a quarrelsome wife or something like that, okay? Don't do it. It's the thought. It's the devil setting you up. Don't ever listen to the thoughts.
Did OnlyFans 20 years ago.
Do you know how long prostitution's been around?
It's the oldest profession.
How long has prostitution been around?
Forever.
Okay then. So go to how long that's been around. The trade of prostitution, or whatever you want to talk about it.
10 seconds after the invention of money.
How long have drugs been around? How long has... But you know what you sound like to me? You sound like a little victim. What you sound like.
What?
You sound like
you're making this about me, and I'm making this about society.
No. Because
so go ahead. I'm the victim. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Any guy who listens to this and buys into the rhetoric that's being sold, hear them out. But if you buy it, you sound like a victim. That's what you sound like. When somebody talks like that, everybody's this and everybody's that and everybody's that. You sound defeated. You sound like a victim. You sound weak. If you increase your market value, your options go higher. Okay. Then you get to pick and choose. Clearly, who can do that? What man can do that?
Me.
No. What man can do that?
Not a guy who's made it in his life that has status, that has money,
instead of being this
that has
arrogant,
credibility.
entitled victim.
I'm not even being arrogant.
Hear me out. What man can do that?
What do you mean?
Every man.
What man can change to increase their
Every
value?
man.
Every man
Okay,
can
then.
or
So for
should,
me-
but they don't.
But that's their problem.
I agree.
Okay then, so I'm not gonna feel sorry for you.
But I'm not. You're not. I'm not.
So not to you,
do you
to
know
them.
What do you know what the
If
black
a guy,
pill
no, hang on a
community is?
second. If a guy comes out and is sitting there and talking about, well, you don't know what the market's like out there. Sitting there playing, video games 3 hours, and you deserve exactly what you're getting.
I agree.
If you're sitting out there getting 75 pounds and you're fat, you're saying the market sucks. You deserve. If you're not improving reading books, instead you're reading some nonsense.
Fully agree.
So to me, I don't feel sorry for that guy.
I will say though, yes, increase your market value, be the best you can be, create your business, own your business, and what's next? Oh, you get a woman, you marry her, and you rely on her to make you feel good, and she rely on you to make you feel good. And when you don't do all the things that make her feel good or take her out on this expensive day, because she only wants you now because you've increased your status, you've made more money, you own a business, so she's attractive to you. You make her feel good. And what does that do? Nothing, because she's still the same person that is using you for what she wants. She's not seeking after what is right, and you, the man, are not seeking after what is right. You're seeking after wealth, your ego, to be known, to be respected, to have a reputation, which means nothing. All of those things is the false you that the devil tells you need to get. Just like when Jesus went into the wilderness, 40 days and 40 nights, and the devil tempted him with temptation and all of these great things the devil can do for him. And he rebuked the spirit. Listen, you're going to get all of these things. And yet a woman's going to come in your life and ruin it. Because she's beautiful. You don't see that. That is really not her. She's going to come in attractive. Make you feel good. Emotionally manipulate you. Because you can't see, you have blinders on. You're lusting after her. And guess what? In the marriage down the line, you see these millionaires, billionaires, famous people taken advantage of, getting divorced. Somewhere down the line, she's going to say, oh, you don't make me feel like how I used to do. Because you stop giving her attention. You're focusing on other things because you have to provide for the family. That's because in the beginning of the relationship, you were always attending to her, making her feel good. So now you stop doing that. You stop going on date nights because you made her think that's how the relationship's going to be forever. How the relationship start off, that's what she expects the entire time during the relationship. And when you stop doing any of those things, she's going to say, I don't feel the same way anymore. You don't do this, you don't do that. That's her telling you she cannot control you anymore. And you may pander to her again. And she's going to end up resenting you because you're pandering to her. You're not leading her. You're not telling her, no, I got stuff to do. If you want to leave, just leave. And you would have no feelings about it. Because when you're seeking after what is right, you have pure love, you have understanding, which comes from God. And it won't bother you not one bit. But that's not the case because most men, when growing up as a child, the mom imposed on them because they didn't have a strong dad. And because of that, they become emotional. And they think feeling emotions is love. It's not love, not one bit. It's actually hate in disguise as love, a feeling. That's why it fades away. And you guys start fighting each other for control over the relationship and what this person wants and what this person wants. And when you guys can't get what you want, the relationship fall apart. And it's not love anymore. It's hate. You guys really start showing what it was. Fighting for control over each other. To get what you want out of the relationship. So yes, PBD can say all of that crap that he's saying. Doesn't make sense when you get to understand it spiritually. And Adam, yes, he's somewhat right, but I don't agree with him. You shouldn't be out here chasing after a woman and being this hookup culture because it does nothing for you as the man. It shows that you need a woman to rely on and something is wrong with you, the man. And so are the women. You're all looking for a fulfillment in each other, which makes no sense. But I understand it. I used to be a part of that. I've overcome that. And I understand that you can't get fulfillment from anyone, anything external of yourself. The only person that can fulfill you is seeking after what is right, the kingdom of God, and you will fulfill it. Didn't he say, whoever drinketh from me will never go thirsty again? That's exactly what that means. You won't be looking for anything external of yourself because you know who you are, you know you're one with God, and you remember who you were when you were a kid. The happiness that when you were in God's presence until you got traumatized and taken away from God. You remember who you were.
But don't sit here and say, well, let me tell you, this one girl used to be this. I'm playing all these videos, and just a week ago I had a conversation with you about how we talk over certain things we say. You do it again the following week. After I had a conversation with you last week. After Sarah Huckabee Sanders looked up to me, I told you I don't like that. So if you want to go do something else on somewhere else, do it.
Of course, he has a brand that he wants to keep up. He doesn't want that to be a part of his brand because guess what? You get less views. People stop tuning into you because you can't tell women the truth. They stop watching you because you hurt their feelings. Imagine when God came to preach the gospel and tell them what it is. The man, they were hurt about it. They crucify him because of it. They say he was a false teacher. And what if you listen to the woman? Oh, Jesus, you're hurting my feelings, Jesus. Preach it differently. That's crazy.
Do it in a place like this, and I've told you this 50 times.
But it's all about the money, right? Sell your soul for the money. That's kind of crazy, though. You wanna please people. This is the thing. You're not sent here to be a part of the world. And if you're a part of the world, you're the enemy. And that's just what it is. I'm going to say it how it is, man.
Lack respect in the way you communicate sometimes.
Okay. I apologize.
And I told you this how long ago? How long ago was this when I had this conversation? And you talk like this. It's like the guy's got 2 daughters sitting here. Okay, there's a part of a little bit this that...
What does that have to do that he has 2 daughters? That means he should raise his daughters properly.
Respect goes a long way. And by the way, I can sit here and talk to Andrew Tate, have a phenomenal conversation with him, and I don't agree with his lifestyle. And I can sit there and say, that's what you choose to live, do it.
Why don't you push Andrew Tate like you're pushing me right now?
No, because I have pushed Andrew Tate.
Not like this?
No, because you want to have the family. He said he doesn't want to. You say you do. So you're like this guy. Andrew Tate, this is me. Great, go. I respect anybody that believes in whatever they believe in. Doesn't mean I have to choose to live the way you live.
Yeah, but
for you, it's like this. You're so easily, what is the word that you're easily influenced? There's a word for it. What is the word that somebody can easily change their minds on? Not impressionable. It's a different, malleable. You're so easily malleable. Like, you can go hang out with a group here, and then you'll change. And you go hang out here, and then you'll change. You go hang out over there, you'll change. Make up your freaking mind. Who the hell are you?
That was an interesting conversation. But you're the audience. You're the one out here dealing with the dating issues. Right? Is that right? Get your stuff together, man, and go find a woman. But will that even change anything? You will get it, but then it's only for your comfort. And you're going to go chase after another woman. Because you're looking for love from a woman that doesn't exist. Is Adam right? Let me know what you think in the comment section. We'll love to hear it.